Mame fa na se ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Nana Obiri Boahen, a former Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Ye nene nkeke nkomo. Nana me wa kwa Baibru.
Ofa me do ofa na o tem philosopher pa o.
Ye be ni dey.
The situation we find ourselves in. Dr. Boahen is giving us the advice. He's giving us the caution. No, everybody imagine the whole former president. I quite remember we said, judges in the MPP judges. You know, now me bar, the best the young sector. We not MPP at NDC lawyers. So by and also some more, once some more. The conclusion, the irresistible conclusion people will draw is that and the judge will be promoted to the NDC. The irresistible conclusion. The whole former president, a assassin, and never be a president. Which is a mayor. Which is that comment was good. At the time when President Mahama can't say, oh, President Mahama, some former president, this comment to him, it's a party, also in the party. I tell you, Obiri Boahen, Obiri, media, Yankopon, I said that you remind you. Name young mama, human being, Yankopon, I am a reincarnated soul.
Oh, sir.
I am a
a reincarnated soul.
Yeah, because we can send him about what here. Me no kura meka, me nyom sura mewo, me nimdia mewo. It is not normal. And you normal for human beings. It is a mekana me too for say. We munya ye. Whether MPP or NDC. Shenia, meka. I don't belong to the NDC. But now for that. Man, yourself in Ghana generally. Now, because a bad MPP, flag bearers upon Obiri Boahen. Now, me can't waste now we said that we said many number be now I'm going to Boahen winning. Now, I'm for French. No, we are done. We oh, so I'm because look. Me a prophet of me who no rem, me who the rem. But I'm saying I'm saying that with my knowledge in politics, Mr. Baby Comna Mekata, NDC, Asiedu Nketia contested. Not Obiri Asiedu Nketia air contest here. With my knowledge in politics, with my knowledge in history, a better penny, so be better Asiedu Nketia. A better penny. What I said, Madame Fujulo, Zabrayet, that day, not President Mahama Kobe. No Asiedu Nketia Nkobinu. A better penny. Mekasa and Teresa, Asiedu Nketia, Wamami Sika, and now my name is Yamina Musa Danko Puss in the view. Obiri Boahen made Yamina Musa Danko Puss in the view. Or the John Post prediction, or the Sule Brahman's prediction. Miss Miawa from and ya road and prediction, Miss, you will speak. Now I run up, Wadaruma. Me one is persuaded. But you see, Mr. Cassia, you and this I make a Cassia, but we are done when anyone win. And I'm just look, I don't want to draw a definite conclusion, but I want to tell caution and say, I beg you to so be better Asiedu Nketia. I am possible. And yes, and yet, and yet, Japadia, but my knowledge and experience in politics and in history. Me coming thing. Coming back to Dr. Boahen.
Indian ready up, Madam.
And that's a chance. We should advise ourselves. Panini Yamena, Yankasa one can ye, Akura Yamena, Yankasa one can ye. One said, Mr. Tia Medici 20 by so. President of Regional Association, Dr. Ananidiano, Macro, sir, Dr. Ananidiano, Supreme Court determined it 5 years later, and some was 32, the second of the something. At the moment, I'm more correct.
That's it.
Don't copy a one at time, and a Cassinia. Adi me adma dan kwaku wo de say me ka wa say oni azika on beka say wo de me nipa no nti me ya bias na ko ka say kwa me sefa kan dan kwaku ya bo an kwasi nsia eno de bias bi anim that de say ja so that is the point. I think that Dr. Boahen was spot right. Okay, me understand the word of caution. Me ka bi say enye didija eni nantitwika eni person nkuminya MPP for no traditional womunya hufuo
na no ada me ho ade bi o social media me de ma mfa musa you see one more National House of Chiefs meeting na Yaponia na Sumahene wo pie ya tax bi ka wo mo chese here twatch no ani na security for no etindi ni ko wura dan mu biem na national security building ni mu ma am so om de krata akwa ba bontin de bibi sai etisan ade na ese basa.
Oh, I with a personal opinion. Sanya Manuba and you should condemn it. No, we should not condemn it. Yama ubia kwan no bia ntre na dwene. Yama ubia kwan na ontre na dwene. But ye to be afo no na ye na fi hu se ye try ya dwene. There must be a limit to how we express ourselves in public. First, I'll condemn that attack. That is my personal view. Then personally, I will condemn that attack. So you don't need to do that. We shouldn't do that. And yes, sir. So, I know about Mansia meeting. Now, we no be attacking one. And yet, you know, I'm not a campaign 2024, but what do you mean?
I'm Ethiopia.
You call Bono Regional House of Chiefs, Dr. Boahen by, and I call Bono Regional House of Chiefs. Nana Mekan. Yeah, no, Nana Sumahene or Kasam. Obo mi dini pay, sir, ni sir, na Obiri Boahen daba House of Chiefs ha. Officer Obiri Boahen, aya dabi okasa na okasa tiai. Esipao memeni Dr. Boahen wo hobi. Asama mekan bra from paying bebri wo ho. Ayonfu nyina wo bi. But menkasantia ohini bi ada. Beta obia ni se menkasantia ohini bi ada e wo wiase. Me mabakosem na ya mechirim. Ethiopia mechiro mabakosem na anya wo da. Entroso makasa tiubi anameboa. Bakose denka.
Ani metonka pa.
What is your makasa ti ohini bi da?
Abio.
Makasa tiubi but about someone make anything in this history no. Not say every would be said and now with that. I don't know my own opinion in the public. So I know Obiri Boahen or her saying, or so that they are not fear yet. You need to have a fear. Maybe a number you see her. At some time, I know okay. At some time, I know okay. But I didn't bother to respond. Maybe I could have responded, but I didn't bother to respond.
I don't know person over responding.
Oh, what? What is Dr. Boahen? Emma, Nana Class Nana is a known NDC man. A true correspondent. People may take you out of context. Like I said, can be in the brain. Can be in the brain. That guy in church. I am in the church of a man from Kurana. It's in my game. Every media have hatred against the Bono people. But that is not it. And who are the Bono people? Who are the Bono people? Not in this country. So, you see, that attack, you know, the people should not have attacked him. And yet, nobody attack him. We should speak to issues. We should speak to issues in this country. When we speak to issues, look, Otu Foko Okugwa, Emma Okokatre, almost ayane say omode okonfanoche ama asanteman ati oba na obeba asante obeba okugwa fuase all over the world otu focus ate nyina obi ate obi ahuye obi ahye but you know FM station bi na omfreme nam si o otufo ne waka no eye nokre na so me no nya adwene enwie peyo efrise ana omo bi sam sa me se efrise ukọ agona wo mo fourth chief ene komfa noche agona wo mo third chief ene komfo ya moa okonfo ya moa no wo fasie pa ni mpo ne okonfa noche agona wo mo fifth chief ene anim no wo fa pa ne konfo noche ne nana ne okonfo ya moa. So I said otufo akamene no nya adwene. But what is say obi attacking me? What is say asante ni bi freka say Obiri Boahen adentine wa komensia ana wo komensia so wa kokasa wo ni asante ni nya adwene. That is the situation we go through. So for me as an individual attack na bi this attack man no maybe I don't think say I support that. We should all be honest and principled and be forthright. We should all be honest and principled and forthright. Now, say you cannot pray. What was the make us a man confirm two for Yagene? And no 2 for Yagene. Once you will have to be a back, say something I didn't know Obiri Boahen. But the Mekokasa said, yeah, then you have the bloggers attacking me, insulting me. You understand? So I'll condemn it. But our advice is Yeni Nara Obiara. Yakasa. Yansha Yakasa Muye. Look, my name was be an incident happened. And the president of the Bono Regional Societies said, so what you check said, Otumfo Asante in a bio. Wama anasa wampere ama Dr. Nane eni tafua kunya. So uhwe sa video no. But don't tell me. Good. Sir, apart from Dankwaku abo anko na say me say, me nchechiri mu. Me nkesa Ghana obia afra me say me nchechiri. Woni. Asana president of the Bono Societies became. And you're not correct. The truth of the matter. Dr. Nketia was determined by the Supreme Court. Dr. Nketia was determined by the Supreme Court. At the time the Supreme Court determined Dr. Nketia, it was 28 June 1994. 28 June 1994. Otu for something about April 1999. Otu for something about April 1999. And the matter is reported. Every lawyer who is chief case here, the title of the case is Owusu and another versus Anani and others. Owusu and another versus Anani and others. The matter was determined on 28 June 1994. What was the decision? The decision that matter started from a judicial committee, Kumasi to Asante Regional House to National House to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court confirmed the National House. Sir, but Anane, on this year, but Anane, on this year, that was the decision by the Supreme Court. And therefore, before Satin Oseti to the April 1999, the highest court of Ghana, no way determined. But Anane, after the Supreme Court, they determined as a no. But Anane, Professor, what no one say. It is beyond the Ebatafo. It is beyond the Ebatafo. It is ascertained about 1999, 5 years after the determination of the matter. Now, but Anane, no one say. It is not a food after the net, but Anane to be called.
What is that? Some ways to call me Quatina Mubi. Ewatafo na sabre no obi ayi kura no omo amusie no ne yakoto ebe mu ne yakotum.
Yeah. And you know, Supreme Court case now determined, you know. The Chief Justice then was Asha. Chief Justice was Asha. Other panel members were Aban, Amwasati, Etis, Branford Ado, from Benjamin, and then Ampia. And the matter was determined on 28 June 1994. And the matter we reported in the Ghana Bar report. Just that I don't have a copy with me. It means to me kind of direct here, no. But at the 1994 or 95, thereabouts, in fact, it was around that time. So the president of the regional house, Nuka said, like some person, Otufo, Emma, Dr. Anane, yeah. The truth of the matter is that is never correct. In fact, when the matter was started in Kram, matter no we started in Kram, we got to the Supreme Court around 1992. And the matter was determined around 1993 or 1994. And therefore, it must be put on record, sir. As something was said to do the second. I know no man Dr. Anane so. The matter had already been determined. In fact, Dr. Anane was represented by me, and the other side, the sign, a German bossman, or the other way around. It could be a German bossman for Dr. Anane or me. So, if you want a situation like this, no Obiri Boahen from me, no me to imagine say, the president of the regional association, okay, no, and it's here. And yes, something was said to do in a man, Dr. Anane resign. But the matter had been determined by the Supreme Court so many years, 5 or 6 years, and so on something about.
Okay, Nana, and you feel na yamra issue ba so why?
Yo.
Baby a year benye. Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia. Ata ba bontin said ye aban yi ye say wo kasa na ya ba be chew. Nom ne ade no bibia ha adwene pa. Nana, mami wi ade we say. The issue of criminal liability in respect of free speech. Na osa behwe electronic and then one act na eno so aka wom wo behwe criminal offences act year act 29 na 1960 act 29 na so wo 207 208 no so a waka niam bi e wo a borders on criminality wey asimradi mu ni no ene de Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia akan no ye everything.
Dr. Bawumia is right. Dr. Bawumia is saying, say, look, as I said, you make a distinction between near Obi Akan a defamatory no than say use police for to achieve one year. Look, my name is on him by TikTok. What dresses by a sister the question ringo. Also, or Martin da. Na brabonu emphata into a Martin from assume. Now, on him no ba abaya a press conference, the insulting conference. I did the attempt. And I got a Bamiako, for now. I am in the Asiedu Nketia. I know we have a background of the press conference or insulting conference. Macho men a channel with here. A bit of DC t-shirt. Now, what's your worst no can I? Now, we are asking for do you descend into that level? Akasa didia tema pimakutia. Now, few days later, MPP Nibi TikTok be a responder. So do you have to invite this MPP? Well, I look at the circumstance, the sequence of events. Not a walk of Fred Aberman. A political friend. Which is a work and occur common sense. When Pana or Didia or in Nama who will it more, Sassam Robertson and South Alabama, your cancer. When you're active, I don't know what debate in a home. Meanwhile, I'm told, sir, he's a board member. What can you, Yanka? I didn't invite Madame you, Central Region. The young people need acquire this Doomsaw is back. Watch him. Can occupy let's be very honest, no matter will be political inclination. Or when prime and young someone Timua, who but catch me come and sacrifice the place, say Doomsaw is back. No normal sane and sound person would just invite this boy. You're not joining here, Juma. I mean, some of you, Baba Mandu, why, cartoon be at the to say, lesbian, colors, action playing phobia. This in law, we call it action impersonal. Baba Mando Naya, no, I hear action playing phobia. Some playing for on betting me, I see Baba Mando. Even if that is actionable. Even if that is actionable, as a person for social or by obviously I'm falling to come and conquer. Do you think is it normal? And you think that when you do this things here, oh yes, I'm your way now. And Tiba, me and your flag bearer of the MPP, no, on for instance, and the cannot grow, and even a big cry and this for they've come out to condemn it. So, where any account, Dr. Baumiaka, what do you be at them? What can say you be? What okay? Other Yanume, Momaya ye. Now some Cassia Baba, Frank and Siso. Yanume, Momaya ye. Now come who for open a bearman. Yanume, Momaya ye. And yet the other two words are fry, and I'm participating. Tommy, but about me and your kind of country. That can't be. Would the one your phone being cancer, Obiri Boahen, your walking, your Dr. Baumian, kind of wet, can be money. I don't know that they caught me froze from a crime and no cassa. But that camera, my hammer, or the mecca, Uchu Mutana. The mecca. You make us say the way President Mahama and some of Kanye or mobile in and I obey away, near away. Maybe me Obiri by Dabianaka, the Catam people in Nigana some query. My son took us and this Nana some query. But in my candid opinion, or much about NDC bad, and people for I warn them. Man say you move away, move a co-position. And people for now being the who, what when you post your mouth post you, as some American and a down and people co-position. So that even in November, I said, as a one man soldier from the Shaban Swat. And people is going to be. As usual. Now, NDC Bayern, we all had the hope and anticipation, sir. President Mahama, obey to some quite yet that time must have been many years. Yenina, you bring your home fast work. Not MPP, not NDC, Ghana, Libya. But you know, at the President Mahama, the trust, you know. We are all highly disappointed. What the make good governance. Obiamege rule of law, you know. Obiamege democracy, Obiamege Cameroon committee, you know. President Mahama has hugely disappointed all of us. From A to Z. 77 years in our Bank of Ghana by. The Bank of Ghana financial statement. Ruling party in front of the press conference. What in the pension center? 77 years. What is the cocoa board? Yaki soda. 77 years. What is that? You organizing African athletic games here. And you're poorly organized with just 2,000 people. 2,000 or 2005. So tell me, I am poorly organized. A bit Africa had that. A bit Africa had that. MPP 2023, Kurani Obiri Kasa, she cannot be organizing 5,000 delegates. It was well organized than this 2005. Tell me, sector bank, and I President Mahama Baya. Ya na ye wo hope say, oh, nyama be wabamu ya kabi maminti. Kabi maminti. So you back against what Dr. Boahen is saying. Good governance. Dr. Boahen is saying, look, Mahama, I mean, ya. But me and you, Mr. Uba, the man, so near my say never call. Of course, everybody, every sane and sound person, honest and sincere person will tell you, and yet say, in your panel. And they will tell you, sir, President Mahama, the sense that I read this morning, sir, Asiedu Nketia kind of baby said, man, am I from for morning to opposition party, no so. Minim so kano because now yendi minim sekwano so oba no kaya, but it is published. Me can happen say, when you have the national chairman of a ruling political party which came to power 7th January 2025, and then 14th May 2026, the national chairman not can say, Mawanim Fawanim into opposition. So, we are intelligent. We are knowledgeable in politics. You see, Abamuri, the NDC, the Adventists will tell you, many touchable person. Many can Nebuchadnezzar or your party noir or young honkers here in fact. And then the conference about from Basse. There's a writing on the wall. Many touchable person. From what Asiedu Nketia has said, from what Mustafa Bande said when he met Obi, from the response of Erika J when he met Obi, I did gone. So Dr. Bamian Kasenti Obi, he just rehashing the normal refrain. He's just rehashing the normal refrain. Young Tenasima Benfire, Yazikanin Yanaka. Young Tenasima being falling son of Yen. Young Tenasima Nagin. The import of Dr. Baumia's statement said, he showed Ka upon Chania or the war. Nane, a day na yen Sebi, Bonina Omo Yen. Say a dear way, dear, your freedom of speech. But who peja wa no can it borders on criminality. Per the 1960 Act 29, Section 207 280 hono. And then the interest audience ni educate and Crawford say where the oka kodru ha. It borders on criminality. Ubetimi akodin senseme wo emrem. And then the enhwe no so sa. But you for the car say ukori ni pa mi nu be ekonna. Disasama na senisi nra. Nipa mi nu be ekonna ne fie be ya. Disasama na senisi nra ya wodan. Ana asamba ni ti na anu okuyadan. Obi tinja fidie sinani. Na kofo ya kronfo, kofo ya wudini, kofo ya we. Ane de just ande emboda criminality wa. Eboda na sebia enu de nipa bi bia state ni take action. Ana nipa no asem fa ne ho no, wonu so take action. Ba wo kokan na bia wo de no, upie to sabota na ho na yakotake action against you. Anti ayi abema no ka dum so no ababio no. Obi na kwaya report anya police for na cyber security for na hwe university no. Abi yesu obi na kwaya report say sa billboard na waye no. What the AI na ye na billboard ni ye ne dia. Never mind. I know your detention. I know your detention keke. Baba mando dia no. I no so no ya chimi street na me ha e de konkan. Kanokre. Sinyani ye ni a divisional. Ye ni municipal. Ye ni regional. No, we say o ki mo mane for no to agina moafo. Obi timi ka say enkofo so ye say mo penso no obi ti say muntie trefo mo de wo mo koi mo penso mo di bobi ansa koi mo penso no mo de enkofo awodo bebre koi no ne ade enti say saa bone kro no anipa no bi adi na say so oman mra twe wo maso a eno no mo bosu dwetere sei. Eventually what happened? I am not going to about MPP for. We can wrong. Are you master of Abacosam? Maybe so. I'm not going to about MPP for. Obi Castle. Baumia Praku. Now, Obi say the definition of Baumia. A Baumia. A adverb, a verb, a adjective. You know, Baumia and in the year they have kept a very cool and calm posture. In your life, what you say, you did flag bearer be another vice president to be that Samira Baumia in your life, all throughout your life. Before you were born, and even after today. When pan a yak full of pan to say Samira Baumia. When pan a yak full of pan to Lady Baumia. Even in Kramofopra can one pass for the Quran. Obiri say, or you Preco, Obiri say, or we in some Malik Basintele and Azidongo. Nancy, Samira the Mojaninim Wahu. Baumia the Mojaninim Wahu. So that is where we find ourselves. And that only the time I want to make us I am a casa Yahweh, Kwekwe, Afie, Abre, Mumian you. In Rwanda, it was just an unfortunate comment on a radio station.
None of them, Bro Kwame, None of them came out to say me, ye bominantem Emma.
Oh.
None of them.
There were pictures. So.
There was basically none. Even Abra, your friend is saying President Kufuor Ebaye. Obe setting up this commission.
Truth and Reconciliation.
National
Reconciliation Commission.
None. Yes, in Crawford by CSC, Yabu and all those things. But none was ever told. Uko Kumasia, Tamanamiwo Prempe College. 93. Almost say Asante Fonaka say Rollins. Oh, you would papa. So JJ no. Oh, you nipa oh ye Jumo. I told that story to Zaneto the last time. Australia also on say that all his life. Because the story went say there was a man called JJ. Baby Obedrubia born about so JJ. And there was another man Rollins. Oh, you would say no knowing to them. But they have changed the narrative.
How did the phrase Kanye hang? How do you think it came about?
That is the propaganda.
Sir.
That is the propaganda. And that is what Eto and Crawford 18.
Are you saying it never happened?
It never happened.
Are you sure?
Excesses happened. But no, it never happened.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I am telling you, Brakwali, Obi or evidence. And I make sure I say this commissioner yet see a reconciliation. It never even appeared on any of the days.
Does it mean anything NC?
Me say NC ya Uncle Bibeba Bontabeka. Remember YCZ yeah and Crawford Pamu free ha Omomu Johnny. Everybody came to tell their story.
Anyway, let's fast forward.
Thank you very much. Fast forward. We lost the 2000 elections. You lose 2000 elections. NDC, because it was formed in power. We saw people, or we heard people. Ana omudin tintimai the formation of NDC. And then your friend is saying PNDC munyinan. Ebi so media me call retirement. Oh, media me call kodi hene. Into politics in Mejai, people started leaving NDC. That was the timer. Yeswa eka egu NDC so. You see, or PPP tansa and na sometimes na three radio stations no abaso ye pa bra kwame. The stories, we couldn't even respond to it. In 2004. And your current general secretary. At that time now, or your propaganda secretary came out and said, if we don't tell our story, if we don't set the record straight, power, your friend of power, give to me and maybe you. That was when we launched setting the record straight.
Okay.
Started telling our story. And sana Ghana for who say sena NDC no, it is not as bad as people made us to believe. To me send this atade mpo enfemura Kumasi dwem. Eastern region Koforidua to me send this atade kra so wo twem wo ho ana say bibia etisa. That was how vindictive the nation had become. But through the setting the record straight, that narrative changed. And kakra we started eroding all these things from Yahoo. Fast forward, yes, I saw Ababeko elections at a mills and ana eba. Yahoo said the way a enyamano esifa ekono. SC Juna Yana Sui.
So maybe says okay, now what does it have to do with the Bank of Ghana story?
Oh, no. Okay, I said press conference. They're setting the record straight and why we had that press conference.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you that.
Me too.
So, gradually, we had to take that scales off our skin. Yababeko elections. Yebe huane say, obe sorry anopa. Na efunu eda bonting. Obe sorry anopa. Na news all over. Another woman killed. Dirty stories. I'm attention about my God. To the extent to say, another lady said, Martina Yutomu, Fiti Accra, may call Northern region. Na am robbers a stop U-turn bus no. And ma remun ewo ka ni mu nyina ye yi omesi abonte repu mu nyina amina U-turn rape saga.
No, what does that have to do with NDC?
Exactly. Because we were in power. NPP was saying, say, the nation has become insecure. That was the insecurity tag. And that was what made the NPP win the your friend is saying 2000 elections. We have gone through a lot because
I mean, now you turn then year 2000 though.
Yes.
Into
maybe okay, I say fast forward. That's why I'm putting all together, and then I'll come back to where we are now and the same game are almost play. So we went through this. Afe yase why abra
I mean now you turn there for a doom phone.
Yes. Beji we na Then fast forward. John Dramani Mahama so aba.
Yeah.
Odi juma sono. Ubeshe ene ubeda na okwakwada na okwanye. Ube sorry anopa ekwansu tum. Yesi hospital na yesi e-block na yesi schools na yesi airport whatever name them. MPP who say sa achievement na ye no yanhwe yi a ye the phone for better than wo mokwaye and let's change the narrative and ye kofa a confirm a ometuo ebaye a confirm ometu ko Burkina minim krofo ambe kra wo mo Ghana say MPP for ne be kra mo hu say ometu efiri ha e de ko Burkina friend is saying obi mami enu kra edium nkomo abako akoka say papa no eno so ebeye campaign issue ewa ha. They use everything to change the narrative on the achievement of NDC and tangential issues. And omodechi NDC for adwene. Fast forward, you could lose our elections, you know. And then ya science so about power. All these things and the way the route with which you fire at the bar power. I can always thank my boss Sami Jenfi, who led the communication with some great force and speed that we have never seen before. Yadiba power. Yaba abemu biyono. Development has started eba. Debt to GDP progressively strong. Inflation rates eba from prices of goods and services eba from many others. The ebe huwa NSA. Ye MPs, led by Insawom Aduajiri MP, at CSC.
Another prayer.
Okoso so asanka nukure wo mukura na nka woka kebeka say wo opposition adagye wa eni de obeyi. But de omo koye no different narrative. One, omo say ena musika no ewo John Mama ho. Wati musika so eno de akwakoto plane e de ama Ninua Ibrahim Mahama. Na ye TSC ebrofuo mu. Yasimu mo ebro na on kan tro say your friend is saying ebro na ebusu ne mo hard work no na de on ka. Osio John Mahama ene NDC fo akwakokra ebro efri Brazil e de aba. Inti ebro na busu our system ti mumu de ende ye ntone ne ye ntone china ebe pro egu dem. Nansenya ye decide yes ye change transformers enade no ebi enenam ene yenya campaign message dum so asamba yanka nkyere mo say bra kwame
yeah
recently a Bank of Ghana say me so omode ababe boom. Don't forget yesterday up gold board say procurement ye procure enyema without due process without procurement law ye bibia so sourcing enade. Then it came to the big push. Yes, big push way. Friend is a contract on my money no. So sourcing. And so we decided say why NDC yediko opposition. Any akoshie yetenase Emma MPP for a Treguyaso. And no, Enna EDA echo opposition every time. So this time round, though in power, though Felix Kwachofosu is doing brilliantly well with the accountability series, you know. And no, a project and Yamapa NDC, yeah. Any your ministries, you know, programs are agencies, you know, so the brilliant work they are doing perfect. However, as NDC, as the communication office, we must relaunch this setting the record straight. Sena Ebeya, we will address some of the lies that they will shun out. Brakwami, sometimes
Debi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.